Hey, what's up, everyone? So, real quick, I want to do a quick video about Forex updates for this week. So, obviously, we have a couple holiday events that are going to be, or one big holiday event on Monday, so the market's going to be closed. And I'll touch on a little bit of a breakdown for the news after this, but there's going to be just a quick update for the majors. And I'm just going to really touch on Euro, GBP, USD. Um, and then USDJPY, and I might touch on a couple other ones as well. So for everybody that's really looking for Forex updates, and I know that I haven't been doing them as frequently, but hopefully this helps. So overall, I'm not going to spend too much time on dollar because I did do the analysis yesterday. If you guys trade indexes, I did that analysis for dollar yesterday. So it's going to be the same thing, but just if you didn't watch that, overall we are in a downtrend, right? So we are seeking buy or sell side. And so what I want to see dollar do. And again, I look at dollar index as just to kind of get an overall bias of where I think the market's going to go, right? So if you understand where the dollar index is going to go, you understand dollar, then you understand the dollar is king, and so you'll be able to understand that where every other market is going to go in terms of their relationships. So we know that um based on previous weeks that we are in a downtrend on dollar. And our overall target that I want to see dollar hit over the next few weeks to months is going to be the 0.998, sorry, the 99.18 level. And that's going to be the overall level sitting right here. It's a long-term target, as I haven't noted. And so I don't change these charts from week to week. So you'll see these kind of things play out over the weeks. And so last couple of weeks, we've seen price really retest this fair value gap here. And so we've had price really just play into the zone. And so I'd like to see price continue to onto the downside. There's a couple levels. Last week we hit consequent encroachment of this wick right here, which is noted. So that's a good sign that we're respecting that. We're also below the 50% of that fair value gap as well. So good signs, right, that we're going to continue on downwards. So I'd like to see price really just continue on to the downside as I have it noted here. I'm making a note here for this BISI. I'd like to see this BISI get disregarded and just price completely ran through. So really just continuing on to the downside. And again, I have levels marked for areas that I'm going to pay close attention to see what happens at these particular levels, consequent crush of this wick, the sell side here, and then just a down um obviously this fair value gap as I mentioned before. So I'll be noting price when it hits all those levels, just kind of get a better understanding of where we're at, if we want to reverse at these levels potentially. If there's any kind of hold up, then that might signal long-term reversal, which kind of nullifies this potential long-term target. But until then, we're bearish, right? So that's DXY. If you go to Euro again, if we look at Euro, it's been a couple weeks since I broke this down, but obviously a lot of these things still apply. And so if we look at the weekly time frame, one big thing that I'll get rid of these arrows really quick so you can see, we've respected this order block here. And so that's something that's going to be major. So we've uh, respected this order block, which you can see price respecting this to the T, which is a good sign. We also are in an uptrend, right? We've been getting higher highs and higher lows. We've already had a rejection from this fair value gap here. So I'd like to see price continue to retest this area as well as potentially take it out, right? I think our long-term target is here at 1.128. So I'd like to see price eventually make its way up here. But again, I'll be looking to see how price reacts around this fair value gap level, the consequent encroachment level at 1.0878, and then the high here at 1.11. So I'll be looking to see. But until then, bullish as we go down to the daily time frame. Again, there's a couple things. So we have been respecting this daily fair value gap here. So I really want to see this get used as an inverted fair value gap, meaning that price is going to run through this, potentially retest this as the downside, and then continue up towards those targets that I've laid out. Um, 1.101 is where I'd like to see price continue to go up from there, and then really just attack these levels that I mentioned out. So I'd like to see this not respected. And if we do, we so far we haven't been respecting this fair value gap. So again, I'd like to see this respected. If we get a low taken out off of this though, this could signal a deeper retracement, potentially to this fair value gap down here, this BISI. So I'd like to see this, kind of respected. Um, and we'll know pretty early into the week that if we take out this low here at 1.0910, then we'll be probably heading towards this fair value gap. So ultimately, right now, I'm still bearish. I'm sorry, bullish on euro in alignment with dollar, dollar's bearishness, but just kind of waiting to see what happens. Another good thing is to check and see what we see on GBP to see if we have any type of lineup or even more of a confluence that, we're going to get more bullishness. And so if we look at the weekly time frame, again, we've pretty much been in consolidation for the entirety of this year, going back into last year, but we are still technically making higher highs and higher closes. So that kind of lets us know that we are going to potentially be heading up a little bit more. And so really, as we kind of highlight a weekly target, if we go to back to the weekly time frame, I'd like to see price really retest this level here at 1.2828. And this is our short-term target. Again, our long-term target is going to be at 1.3151. So I'd like to see price really retest those levels. If we go down to the daily time frame, um, again, same thing. We've retested this daily fair value gap multiple times, even took liquidity out underneath these levels. And so really there's no reason why we shouldn't continue to go up. Um, my students in my mentorship, they're gonna know, let me go back to the weekly. Yeah, I'm not gonna call that out. Scratch that, sorry. So I'd like to see price continue on to go a little bit higher for a variety of reasons, but definitely think that the price wants to target the liquidity sleep above this high. So again, we're gonna be bullish on the charts. Um, and then I will be noting some levels. Obviously, this is our long-term high. Another level that I want to check out and see how we react to is this high here. Um, So I want to see how price reacts to those levels. So that's going to be the really the the three targets that I'm looking for over the next few weeks to get hit and seeing how we react to. If we just take out this low at 1.61 or 1.2617, then we're probably going to head deeper down. But this looks a little bit stronger confluence wise than Euro does. So it's definitely a good confirmation that price is looking to go up still. As we head to USDJPY, this should fall in line with the dollar index, right? So if we think dollar is going to go down this week, then we should be able to think that this should follow in line with this. And so if you look here, there's a couple levels that we're going to be looking for. So far, the main level that I'm looking for here is the consequent encroachment of this wick right here. We see that price has really respected this level over the past weeks. Um, in line with potentially a bearish move. If we go down to the daily time frame, again, we see that price is currently being respected by consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. So I'd like this to break this week. I'd like to see some type of break of structure to fall in line with what dollar is doing. Um, this could be the level that I think we're potentially heading for. If we do respect this fair value gap, then I'm going to want to see price potentially come up to this high here at 146.62 and then potentially reject from this level. So that's what I'll be looking for, especially if we respect this fair value gap, which we're technically doing right now. So if we get a break of structure, that'd be awesome, but more likely would be looking for shorting opportunities up here and seeing what the market gives us at this level. So that's what I'll be looking for on UJ. I'd like to see the market come to this level, either disrespect this fair value gap like it's currently sitting, or come to this level and continue to go down. So that's dollar. And then let me go to AUD. It's been a while since I looked at AUD. Um, so we've been getting rejections to this. So AUD, oh, this is ACAD. Let me look at AUD. So I like for price to make a run at this level. At this point, 689, 68997 level, I'd like for price to come back to this level and really give us an opportunity to continue to go long here. We're respecting this order block here. This is on a weekly time frame. We are respecting that order block. So again, like to see price continue to go up. If we go to the daily time frame here, again, same thing. I'd like for some reason, for price to give us some opportunity or some reason to take out these lows and potentially still run up. And that's exactly what we started to do here. Potentially make a run, something like to the extent of this, where we see price take out these lows and then fall in line with obviously this that trend that I just pointed out a second ago. So potentially coming down to these lows, taking out these lows and going a little bit higher, or something that to that extent is what I'd like to see. Um, or maybe potentially even like the consequent encroachment of this wick. So this here, like potentially coming down to this zone. And then I'll be looking for a daily target for this week. I'll be looking for price to potentially trade up to this fair value gap right here, that SIBI is what I'll be looking for this particular week. Again, we have some news. It is Monday in the United States. It's Martin Luther King Day, so it's a bank holiday, and so we won't be open for business in the U.S. So we'll go to Forex Factory. You can see real quickly, there's not any crazy news on schedule. Canadian dollar has their CPI reports. There's 830 Empire State Manufacturing Index. It's not a crazy thing that you would avoid trading for. As we go towards later in this week, we do have core retail sales. Again, red folder news, but not anything that we wouldn't trade. So this week is going to be a pretty open week for trading. I don't see anything. The U of M sentiment, yeah. So I don't really see anything that would stop us from trading this week, but knowing that Martin Luther King Day is a holiday in the United States, um, it's going to be less volatile. So I wouldn't expect anything really to happen in New York session on Monday, potentially London session tonight. But if I was looking to trade, that's what I'd be looking to do. So hopefully this helps. If you guys have any questions at all, as usual, hit me in the chat and have a good day.